Dear students, today I welcome all of you for the discussion of JEE Main 2024 questions asked from vectors and kinematics. So let's start with the question number 1, in which a cyclist starts from the point P and reaches to the point S, and the radius of this circular ground is 2 km. We have to calculate the displacement, and we all must know, or we should know, or we know that the displacement is 2r sine theta by 2. Putting all the value, we get 2 root 2 kilometer, which can be written as root 8 kilometer. Now the next question. A clock has 75 centimeter, 60 centimeter, second hand and minute hand respectively. In 30 minutes duration, the tip of second hand will travel x distance more than the tip of minute hand. Here x distance more than, we should not get confused whether they have asked the difference or the ratio. Here they have asked the difference. So distance covered by second hand minus distance covered by minute hand. So in 30 minutes, second hand revolves 30 times. So 2 pi r into 30, and minute hand covers half of the circumference, that is pi into r. And they have asked x in meter. We have to multiply this by 10 power minus 2 so that the result comes in meter, and we get the answer, option number A. Now let us come to the next question. A particle moving in a straight line covers half of the distance. So a particle moving in a straight line and covers half of the distance with a speed 6 meter per second, and another half in two equal time intervals. Suppose this is t0 time interval and this one is t1, then this one is also t1, because they have just written that other half is covered in two equal time intervals with speed 9 meter per second and 15 meter per second. 9 meter per second and 15 meter per second. So for calculating the average speed for this duration, we know whenever the time intervals are equal, we simply take the arithmetic mean for the average speed v2. For the second half V2, the average speed comes to be 9 plus 15 by 2, which is 24 by 2, that is 12 meter per second. And this is the speed given for the first half of the journey. And for equal distance covered with the different velocity or speed, we have one ready-made result for calculating the average speed. This question usually being asked many number of times in NEET examination as well. This is a repeated kind of question. So 2 v1 v2 upon v1 plus v2, and we get the answer 8 meter per second, option number C. Come to the next question, question number 4. A particle is moving in a straight line. The variation of position x as a function of time t is given as the velocity of the body when acceleration becomes 0. So writing the velocity, we simply differentiate the x, dx by dt. If we differentiate 3t square minus 12t plus 20, if we differentiate this one more time, we get the acceleration. dv by dt gives us the acceleration, we all know this, 6t minus 12, making the acceleration 0. We get the time instant where the acceleration becomes 0, which is equals to 2 seconds. Now putting the value 2 seconds at t equals to 2 seconds, the velocity comes to be 3 into 2 square minus 12 into 2 plus 20. So this is, answer is like 8 meter per second. If we calculate this, we get the option number B. Now let us come to the next question. Question number 5. This is also a repeated one. Similar kind of question have been asked previously also. The relation between acceleration and velocity we have to define, and t is given. So t is alpha x square plus beta x. So first we do what? We will calculate the velocity and acceleration, and then we will try to arrange the relation in terms of given options. So differentiating this with respect to time gives 1 equals to 2 alpha x dx by dt, which is v, plus beta dx by dt, which is again v. So v we get here is 1 upon 2 alpha x plus beta. We got v. Now calculating acceleration, we differentiate this dv by dt. Applying chain rule of the differentiation, we will get minus 1 upon 2 alpha x plus beta whole square, and coefficient of x is 2 alpha, and dx by dt is v. And this bracket, if we see from the equation number 1, this bracket representing v and having a square, so the arrangement gives minus 2 alpha v cube, option number b. Now come to the question number 6. A particle starts with an initial velocity 10 meter per second along x direction and accelerates uniformly at the rate of 2 meter per second square. The time taken by the particle to reach the velocity of 60 meter per second. This is a very simple question, simple formula based question. A particle starts with an initial velocity 10 meter per second along x direction, accelerates uniformly at the rate of 2 meter per second square. The time taken by the particle to reach the velocity 60 meter per second. Applying u plus at, 10 plus 2t, simply we get here 25 second. 50 by 2, that is 25 second, option number C. Come to the question number 7. A particle moves in a straight line so that its displacement x at any time t is given by this. The acceleration at any time t is x to the power minus n. We have to find the n. This is the numerical type answer question asked in JMAN 2024. In this question, we have to use more mathematics than the physics. Simply differentiating with respect to time, it gives 2x dx by dt equal to 2t, and here x 2 gets cancelled, x into v will be equal to t. And now differentiating one more time, because we have to find out the acceleration. Applying u into v formula for the differentiation, keeping x aside, dv by dt, keeping v aside, dx by dt, one more v is equals to 1. Now the acceleration a we get here is 1 minus v square upon x. Now we have to arrange this relation in terms of only x. So for that I will use this relation, like if you see the first differentiation, from here we can take v equals to t by x. Now putting in the relation of acceleration, 1 minus t square by x square upon x. So the differentiation is, arrangement gives x square minus t square upon x cube. Given in the question, x square equal to 1 plus t square. So x square minus t square will become equal to 1. So here it is 1 upon x to the power 3. That means acceleration is x to the power minus 3. Since it is a numerical type question, so the answer for n is 3. Now let us come to the next question. A particle is moving in one dimension along x-axis under the action of a variable force. Its initial position was 16 meter right of the origin. The variation of its position with time t is given. The velocity of the particle when its acceleration becomes 0. Simply differentiating this, and first differentiation will be minus 9 t square plus 36 t plus 16, and the second differentiation gives acceleration minus 18 t plus 36, putting the acceleration equal to 0 as suggested in the question. We get t equal to 2 second. Now putting this t equals to 2 second in the expression of the velocity, and we get v equal to minus 9 into 2 square plus 36 into 2 plus 16, and the answer we get here is 52 meter per second. This was the answer. Now let us come to the next question, question number 9. A body travels 102.5 meter in nth second and 115 meter in n plus 2th second. We have to find out the acceleration. Okay, so what should we do? We know that the distance covered in nth second is u plus a by 2 times 2n minus 1. So in nth second, I will write 102.5 equal to u plus a by 2 times 2n minus 1. Now in n plus 2th second, 115 is equals to u plus a by 2 n plus 2. So putting the value, it comes 2n plus 3. So subtracting these two, if we subtract these two, what we get here? The result comes in LHS 12.5, not 12.5. Yeah, it is 12.5 only, is equals to a by 2 times 4. So acceleration comes to be 6.25 meter per second square. Option number B. Now come to the next question. A train starts from rest, first accelerates uniformly up to a speed of 80 km per hour for time t. Okay. Starts from rest. U equal to 0. A train, suppose A, starting, and in time t it gains 80 km per hour of speed. Now then it moves with a constant speed for time 3t. Now from t to 3t, t to further 3t, it means what? It is like I can write 4t. The duration is 3t. The average speed of the train. For calculating the average speed, if we see in t time, gaining the velocity of 80 km per hour, it means the acceleration is 80 by t. So the distance covered in the first t time is half a, starting from the rest, t square. This is 40t. And in this t to 4t duration, the distance covered is with constant speed 80 into 3t. This comes 240t. Now the average speed, total distance s1 plus s2 upon time taken 4t. So 240 plus 40 is 280 t upon 4t. Answer is 70 kilometer per hour. Option number D. Come to the question number 11. A bullet is fired into a fixed target. It loses one third of its velocity after traveling 4 centimeters. Suppose this is a target and a bullet enters here with speed u, and after traveling 4 centimeter, it loses one third of its velocity. It means the velocity retained becomes 2u by 3, and suppose here it stops. So this ask only it penetrates further before coming to the rest. This x distance we have to calculate. Simply using the relation v square equal to u square plus 2a and s. And finally, in the first journey we have written, and in the second part of this penetration, final velocity becomes 0, initial velocity is 2u by 3 square. They have not given in the question that the bullet suffers same retardation, but in this case we have to consider by itself 2ax. Now if we calculate this equation, we get here x equal to something like we have to calculate this relation, calculate this equation, calculate this equation. It comes 32. So no option actually matches in this, like question number 11. I will reconnect to this question after checking out what answer they have given. Now, a body starts moving from rest with constant acceleration, covers displacement s1 in first p minus 1 second. In first p minus 1 second, s1 is equals to half a p minus 1 whole square, and s2 in first p second, half a p square. The displacement s1 plus s2 is equals to, they have covered in what time interval. Just breaking this, p square plus 1 minus 2p plus p square, and it is like 2p square minus 2p plus 1. We have to calculate the time instant, so simply I'll write half a t square equating, and the t we get here is 2p square minus 2p plus 1, and this was given in the option. This is the answer. Now let us come to the question number 13 of the day. A bus moving along a straight highways with speed 72 km per hour is brought to halt within 4 seconds after applying the brake. So 72 kilometer per hour is equivalent to 5 by 18. It means 20 meter per second comes to the halt. It means a retardation of 20 by 4, 5 meter per second square. Or simply we have to calculate the distance covered. S is equals to half, I'm just calculating the distance in this way. Distance either you calculate in this way from 20 to 0 or from 0 to 20, it gives same. So half a 4 second square, answer is 40 meter. Come to the next question number 15. We have to find out the acceleration. Here v is given, This is a very famous style of IIT asking the question for the relation between a b x, and in the NEET as well. These kind of very simple questions based on differentiation skill are very important. Differentiating root x, we get 1 by 2 root x. Root x gets cancelled. 16 by 2, that is 8 meter per second square. Come to the question number 14. Here they have given Sn is the distance moved in nth second. Sn minus 1 is the distance moved in n minus 1th second. And body moves on a frictionless plane starting from rest. If a particle starts from rest, then in nth second we can write the distance covered is a by 2 to n minus 1. And in n minus 1th second, the distance covered is a by 2 twice of n minus 1 minus 1. That means 2n minus 3. So taking the ratio, just dividing these two, they have asked us to divide Sn minus 1 upon Sn. It is 2n minus 3 upon 2n minus 1. Putting the value of n equals to 10, we get 20 minus 3, 17, 20 minus 1, 19. Arranging in the given format, we can write it like 1 minus 2 by 19. Comparing with 1 minus 2 by x, we get x equal to 19. This was the answer. Come to the question number, like this was the 15. Come to the 16. A body falling under the gravity. Okay, body falling under the gravity. Falling bole to starting with the rest. Covers 2 points A and B in 2 seconds, and the distance between A and B they have given 80 meter. We have to find out the distance covered while reaching to the point A, the distance of upper point A from the starting point. So we know very well that the sequence of S1, S2, S3 is like x, 3x, 5x, 7x. So S1 is 5, S2 is 3x, that means 15. Now 5x, that means 25, 7x 35, and 9x 45. So if we see further, you can go with the sequence, but no, not required here, because we have to see the successive 2 seconds where it covers the 80 meters. So if we add these two, we get 80 meters. So before covering to the 80 meter, before reaching to this point, the particle has covered how much distance? Adding up all these values, 15 plus 5, 20, 20 plus 25, that is 45 meter. This was the answer. This is a shortcut method. We can solve this question also with using the proper method, but not required actually. The displacement and the increase in the velocity. The displacement and increase in velocity of a moving particle in the time interval t second to t plus 1 second. So displacement in t plus 1th second, if we want to write u plus a by 2 into 2n minus 1, here n is t plus 1 minus 1. So this is u plus a by 2 times 2n plus 1. Now the increase in velocity del v by delta t, rate of change in velocity gives us the acceleration. Here increase in velocity 50 in 1 second. So the acceleration we got here is 50 meter per second square. Okay, now we have to calculate the distance covered in t plus 2th second. So writing u plus a by 2 twice of t plus 2 minus 1, arranging it u plus a by 2 2t, here we have to write t plus 1, and what else is remaining? Here it is, having a. If you arrange this, so this value we have given in equation number 1, which is equals to 125 meter, and the acceleration is 50. So answer is 175 meter. This is the answer. Come to the question number 18. A body, I'll solve this question in bit faster. A body falling from a height h. From the ground it is at height h, and by traveling up to a height h, it is like having collision, elastic collision with an inclined plane, and particle goes horizontally. We have to calculate what? See, the value of h by h, for which body take the maximum time to reach the ground. So first, this duration we can write root 2 h minus h upon g, and in this duration it takes a time t2 equals to goes horizontally, that's why we can use this relation directly. So the total time it takes root 2 by g in bracket h minus h under root plus root h. This is the total time taken while reaching from this point to the ground. Now for t max, what we do? We differentiate it with respect to the h and making it equal to 0. And differentiation will be very easy. H equals to h minus h. So h by h is 2 is to 1. So the answer is 2. Now let us come to the question number 19. Angle between vector q and the resultant of these two. First I'll calculate the resultant of these two. Adding these values 2q plus 2p. Simply adding gives the resultant 2q minus 2p. In vector addition, if we see these two values gets cancelled, so it has remained 4q. So the angle theta between vector q and 4q becomes 0 degree. Answer is 0 degree. Now the last question of the day. This is the two vectors A and B having equal magnitudes are inclined at an angle theta. Whenever we have two equal vectors inclined at an angle theta, then the resultant of their summation gives 2r cos theta by 2, and the resultant of their subtraction gives 2r cos theta by sin theta by 2. This is a very important result. We must memorize this result. So here, if we select from the given option, we get option number C. So this was the discussion I just wanted to held today. So thank you so much everyone for watching this video, and please let me know on my WhatsApp if you feel that such kind of content I should be keep providing to you. This video will also be very helpful in the for the NEET examination point of view, because usually recent questions of JEE Mains is being repeated in the NEET examination. So thank you so much everyone. Have a great day.